Hey guys, so right now I'll show you everything I've done with the lift, including the subframe drop and everything that I've done with that. Okay, so let's get started. Alright, we'll start with the subframe. Now the subframe has 4 bolts. As you can see, there's a bolt sitting right there. That's one, and there's another one at the very end as well, just behind that little column thing back there. Let me see if I can get a closer look for you. Right there. That's the bolt behind. There's another one just over there, right there. There's another one right there. Same thing up front, like this one over here I showed you. Now in all 4 corners, 1 corner, 2 corner, 3, and then 4. Now, I did a 1-inch spacer drop on the whole subframe to get this 5 inches to get these axles not to be so offset, so angled. But this is only a 1-inch spacer right here. This is the stock bolt. It was long enough to fit a 1-inch spacer and still use the same bolt. So I did both of those. And as you can see, it's 1 inch right there. And now for the shocks, these shocks are the Bilstein adjustable 2.5-inch shocks. I have a picture and I'll tell you exactly what it is on the picture, so you can just pause it and know what it is. And then on the spring, that's an OME 1.5-inch lift spring. I'll put a picture on it as well, telling you what it is, so that you guys could just pause it and take that information down. And the upper control arm, you'll need that when you do a lift. That will keep your camber straight and it keeps it from breaking because it's aftermarket. It's a JBA. It's strong. So far, I haven't had any problems with it ever. It's been perfect. It's been great. So you'll need a upper control arm. The JBA is preferred. OME shock to get this lift, 1.5-inch, and the 2.5-inch adjustable Bilstein. I didn't think this Bilstein shock would do it, but it actually did it just fine. I didn't think it would bring it up so high because other people were having reviews saying that it wasn't doing that big of a lift on theirs, but it obviously is. It obviously did on mine. So, as I said before, these tires are 295/75/16. It's a 33.5 that I have on this 5-inch lift right now. And I have a 1-inch spacer at the very top of the tower. I have a 1-inch spacer up there. It's custom made. I did it myself to make this side a tiny bit lower than the driver's side, because as I said in my last video, the passenger side was always about 1/2 inch higher, so I made this side about a 1/2 inch or something lower. I forgot what I said, but yeah, that's what I did on here. And the camber is perfect. The guy was able to get it all nicely done whenever I took it in for a quick camber. So far, I replaced the bolts on the top hat. All of the bolts, I made them extended longer to fit a 1-inch spacer up here. This one's actually a little bit shorter, a custom one that I did up here. So this one is, I think I said 3/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit smaller. And then on the driver's side, on the other side, it's 1 inch even. So that's how it is. These are extended. I think these were extended. I don't remember exactly how long, but they were probably about 1.5 inches longer than the stocks, maybe 2 inches. But nice and strong, nice and good. Everything's held up nicely. And I forgot to mention, on the subframe, whenever you do that drop, there's bolts on either side, right behind the control arm. If you have a 2002, I don't know if the 03s on up have the same thing. I didn't see it on the 04, so I don't know if the 03 even has it, or even if the newest one had it, but there's a bolt right here that goes directly through to the motor mount on the other side on the subframe, which there's no need for it. I have not been able to tell a difference with it out, so you're gonna need to remove these bolts right here, right out of the wheel well. They're sitting right behind there. There's one on this side and there's one on the driver's side as well. Remove them, and that subframe will drop for you nicely with no problems. So you guys should just let you guys know, so you guys know all this and you guys can get it done nicely. But yeah, you guys, I haven't had such a problem with it being so angled like this. The 1-inch subframe dropped it a hell of a lot, but this 1-inch, it hasn't. I've been doing just fine with it. I willed with it already. I've done everything and it's held up just fine. Same with the other side. Everything's been just great. So just wanted to show you guys so you guys know, because everybody's been interested and wanting to know, and I don't want to have to keep referring them back to one of the earlier videos. So I figured I'd just make one right now for you guys so you guys can see it and get to know it for yourselves. And of course you'll need the isolator too. I can put the link for that, and even the link for the JBA open control arm if you guys want to do this lift. I hope you guys will be able to do it easily, as easy as I did. As you should know, I did use this spring compressor. I will put the link in for this as well on eBay. It was, I forgot what it was now, just over $100. And that you will need this for those stock springs. It's amazing, it helps so nicely. And I used some regular spring compressors that I have in there, because whenever you put the spring in here, it likes to bow out. So you put a spring compressor right here, a little handheld one, and then you use this one. This is hydraulic. You just pump it so the bow won't bow so much. It'll keep it straight, and then it'll clamp it down, take the slack out, and then you just take off the top hat bolt, pull it out, and then you're all good to go. These are my stocks right here with the 2.5, or I think it was about 2 3/4 inch spacers in the front to keep it even. It was the Daystar. I really like the Daystar. They did good. They did really well. But I just decided I needed to go bigger. I wanted bigger and bigger tires. So that's why I decided to go with the 5-inch lift with a 33.5. These are the spring compressors that I used to let you guys know. In the very first video I told you about how to do the lift. I didn't mention these. You will need these, because these fit around the spring perfectly. Every other spring compressor, handheld little mobile one that I used, did not fit between the springs. It was a pain in the ass. So to let you guys know, this is the one you'd want, preferably. It works great. I can put the link in for these as well. Maybe if you guys want to know, I'll put the link in for these as well. I'll let you know what they are. But for sure, you will need that main one to do the job. But just wanted to let you guys know, these are the suckers you're gonna need. This one, yeah, I'll put the link in the description for you. Might as well. You're gonna need everything if you're gonna do what I do. So